Hey there, it's Leslie with LuvINK&Paper, and we're going to work on that last card for 4-card class. So you'll have your evening evergreen base. Okay, now look carefully at your pieces of basic white. They are not the same size. This one is fit, so the bigger one is for your front. The smaller one is for your inside, okay? And I do that for a reason. I cut this to 3.5 by 5 so that I can get 5 pieces out of a sheet of cardstock. So if you haven't seen that trick on any of my videos yet, that you can get a 5th piece if you choose to cut your cardstock at 5 by 3.5. And maybe I'll do a really quick video and add that in later. Okay, so the smaller piece goes on the inside, and we will be stamping that, so just set it aside for the moment. Okay, here's your front piece. Okay, so actually that can go right on the front because we're not adding anything underneath it, so it can go right on the front. Oh, I lied. We're stamping the Merry Christmas. Don't stick it before you stamp. Sorry. We're gonna hope that my Merry Christmas comes out great. Okay, here we go. Let's ink that. Whoa, I re-inked my pad. Yikes. All right. Let me see. I guess we're just going to use this and get rid of some of that ink. Okay. All right, we're going to go really light. Man alive, is that a mess? Okay. Yeah, there is a lot of ink on there. Okay, let's see what we can get off of there. Okay, really light. That's better. Okay. Hopefully I won't have any edges. Okay, we're just going to go right here at the bottom, down and back up. Phew, okay. All right. These are going to be need to be cleaned. Okay, so some of these may need to be stamped off more than once. So just be aware. So we'll get our tree. So this is the tallest tree, and we're going to do our stamping now on this little piece. Okay, they are going to fall off the edge, and that's okay. All right, so this one gets inked and stamped full strength, but you're not going to do the whole tree. Okay, so we're going to just move that over a bit. Okay, so we have a nice dark tree. Okay, all right. Then, yeah, that was probably too much ink. Here, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to push a little of this ink down so that it won't be quite so gooey. Okay. There. Hopefully that's better. All right. So now we're going to take the medium tree, and this one's probably, based on the color that I want it to be, it's probably going to have to get stamped off at least twice. So we'll do once, we'll do twice, and see where we get, because we want a fairly light tree. Okay, yep, that was good. And then we'll have the little tree. So all these trees are coming from Evergreen Elegance. Okay, so we used first the tall, thin tree, then the medium-sized tree. Now we're going to use this little tree. And again, I think I'm going to stamp off, but just once. Nope, hang on. I don't like the way that happened. Let's see if that's any better. Okay. There. So we have our series of trees. Okay. Oh, and before I shut this, hang on, we're going to put a little tree on the corner of the inside. Okay, just lighten that up a little bit down here in the corner. Then we're going to put this, may the beauty of the season bring you joy and warm memories to cherish throughout the year. I love that saying. So I'm being very careful about the stamping. And we'll just put that on there. And voila. Perfect. All right. So all that can get cleaned in a minute. All right, so there's our inside. Let's go ahead and put that on the inside. Okay. There we go. All right. And then you still have plenty of room for a little quick message. Okay. If you need more room, you could put another piece of white in the middle or enclose your letter or whatever. Okay. Now you will notice that your piece of gold foil looks like this. I always try and take something out of the middle. For me, it feels like an incredible waste to just put this and just cover up all that beautiful foil. Okay, it's a waste. That paper is expensive, so I always cut something else out of it. So I've saved the other stitched rectangle that I took out of here to use for something else. So you may see that in a future card class. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive around the edge of this. Okay. And you're not going to want to line it up with the hole because I might have been a little crooked. You're going to want to line it up and make the border straight. All right. Like that. Okay, so, and a little might stick through, and that's okay. Then we're going to add some dimensionals. You could even add the you just want to cover up some of that sticky. So if you have an embossing buddy, you could get rid of some of the sticky that way by just, so when I put my adhesive, there's a lot of sticky. So you can just thunk that on the back so that it won't get, so you don't want that to be sticky and get pushed down and stuck to your card, okay, in the mail. So you can just get rid of that, or no harm, no foul, you just add some dimensionals along that edge and cover up most of it so that it's supported and then it won't stick. Should, either way, will work fine. Okay. All right. Look, got a little too long here. Save that little piece for something else. There, we'll cover up most of that. Okay. And let's actually put, no, not that little one. Put a couple in the middle. Okay, there. All right, so we'll have this up on dimensionals. Oh, we don't want that yet. Hang on. I'm going to just set this aside because now that I've removed all the sticky, all the backings, we don't want that to get stuck. So you're going to have a little piece of the Shimmer in color Shimmer Vellum, and we're just going to punch our trees like this. Okay. And if you missed a little spot, just trim it. No worries. Okay. There. Okay, so if yours is long enough, you can just put it right across there. If it's not quite long enough, snip it and pull it apart so that it reaches the two edges. Okay. And we'll put a couple of little glue dots on either end. Actually, I should put them in the middle where they're going to get covered, because even with the colored vellum, they sometimes show through. Okay, so let's put this up here. What you kind of want to do is have it look like, oh, there's this pretty little forest back there. Okay. So then we're going to add this little forest right here, okay, like that. Excuse me, and then we'll punch a few stars out of here. Okay, I have actually forgotten the name of this punch, so I will look it up and it will be in the description and on the tutorial. Okay, so you can kind of pick and choose the stars. Oops, I guess I cut that little star off. Let's see if we can get a couple more of those. That's a good one. Not you. So if you like one kind of star better, then you can use those. You can use them all. It's completely up to you. Okay, whatever you get. There we go. All right, so we will add a couple of drops of liquid adhesive for the tiny stars. I'll put one out here. Like that. And one way up here. No, let's put it up here. And then let's put a little bit bigger one over here. And let's see how that looks. We may end up wanting more. Okay, we'll put our big one here. And a couple of the little ones. Like this. And if you want more stars than that, you can have more stars than that, but that's pretty. Okay. All right, so that is your pretty card. Okay. All right, so that is all of our cards. If you have any questions or something that you need to know, please let me know. You can email or text, whatever works for you. If you don't happen to have something that I used, just use whatever you have. I'm sure that the tree, the evergreen tree from Lovely as a tree would work quite nicely, or Winter Woods, I think, also had a evergreen tree. So use what you've got and have fun. Thanks.